kind of like stories that affect life, stories that transform.
Nigerians managed to find a connection between their work and the African audience, so Africans responded.
I love Nigerian movies.
It's always advocating the culture of the African people.
I love being versatile and I love trying new things. I like pushing myself. The fact I think of it, it should come to pass. That's, my mindset and philosophy.
I found a baby that is not mine.
My call for people is to believe in this country. People should come and invest in this country. We have all it takes.
My interest started from my primary school days when I came in contact with photography, and acquired my first camera, and I suspect since that time I never let the camera out of my sight.
Lakpade has been looking at me. Ask Peju.
Yes.
That is exactly what you've been saying before you came in.
So those African filmmakers today who are successful don't even live in Africa. They are in Europe and they know the kind of stories to tell, to satisfy the yearnings of the funders. And therefore, it's not surprising that those who never really met the aspiration of the African audience now enter Nigeria. Nigerians, on the other hand, deprived again, were not funded, but managed to find a connection between their work and the African audience. So they struck the right chord in our African audiences, and suddenly the Africans responded to the Nigerian example.
I am not sure, but I think that man is talking to your father about you.
About me?
Your father has not told me anything yet, but I noticed the type of male visitors who have come from several villages to talk to your father.
Most of the works that I've done that have been visible have always been produced on video. None of them was shot with traditional 35 or 16 mm technology. Take for instance, by the time that I was convinced that it would be almost impossible for any one of us to produce films in Nigeria unless we embrace new, affordable, available technology. Our first production was Tioluwanile, and it became an instant hit. It was popular, and up to today there's a progression, because from film to film, the technology has been changing. So it turns out that everything I had done had been experimental. I'm an incredible optimist in the Nigerian film industry, and having experienced everything, I'm so excited about what Nigeria has been able to do and to prove to the whole world. And I think that just like Nigeria diversity in our cultural experience, there are quite a lot, for the audience. It was only a matter of time. At the popularity of the Nigerian home videos, the festival programmers felt that it was time to look at Nigerian productions. At first, the Western audiences looked at us from a primitive kind of medium. But today all that is changing as Nigeria has continued to prove that yes, we have a reason to be here, and we have a responsibility to showcase our own and to contribute in a global sense. My prediction is that the strength of African cinema is going to be in the new digital technologies. Is going to combine the commercialism, of the Nigerian film type and the craftsmanship, of the established, based on the proper grammar of filmmaking. I think a combination of those factors and unforeseen factors is going to really define the thrust of the African cinema.